Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we dive into the world of literature and explore the significance of timeless classics. Today, we're going to talk about George Eliot's masterpiece, The Mill on the Floss. Published in 1860, this novel has been a cornerstone of English literature for over a century, and its themes of identity, family, and social class continue to resonate with readers today. To understand the context of The Mill on the Floss, let's take a step back and look at the historical period in which it was written. The mid-19th century was a time of great change in England, with the Industrial Revolution transforming the landscape and the social hierarchy. Eliot's novel is set in the 1820s and 1830s, a time when the old aristocracy was still holding on to power, but the rising middle class was beginning to challenge their authority. The Mill on the Floss is significant in the literary canon because it marks a turning point in the development of the English novel. Eliot's use of realism, her focus on the everyday lives of ordinary people, and her exploration of complex moral themes all contributed to a new kind of fiction that was more nuanced and more psychologically sophisticated than what had come before. In terms of literary background, The Mill on the Floss is often associated with the Realist movement, which sought to depict life as it really was, without romanticizing or idealizing it. Eliot was influenced by the great realist writers of the time, such as Balzac and Dickens, but she also brought her own unique perspective to the genre. Her use of introspection, her emphasis on the inner lives of her characters, and her exploration of the human psyche all contributed to a new kind of psychological realism that would influence generations of writers to come. One of the key themes of The Mill on the Floss is the struggle for identity, particularly for women. The novel's protagonist, Maggie Tulliver, is a strong-willed and independent young woman who is torn between her desire for personal freedom and her duty to her family. Through Maggie's story, Eliot explores the limited options available to women in a patriarchal society, where their choices are constrained by social convention and economic necessity. The character of Maggie Tulliver is also notable for her complexity and depth. She is a fully realized human being, with her own strengths and weaknesses, and her own struggles and contradictions. Eliot's portrayal of Maggie is both sympathetic and nuanced, allowing the reader to see the world from her perspective and to understand the motivations behind her actions. The Mill on the Floss has had a profound impact on literature and culture. It has influenced generations of writers, from Thomas Hardy to D.H. Lawrence, and continues to inspire authors today. The novel's exploration of themes such as family, identity, and social class remains relevant in contemporary culture, with many adaptations and reinterpretations appearing in film, television, and literature. In terms of cultural impact, The Mill on the Floss has been adapted into numerous film, television, and stage productions, each offering a unique interpretation of the novel. The 1978 BBC miniseries, starring Pippa Gard as Maggie Tulliver, is particularly notable for its faithful adaptation of the novel and its exploration of the themes and characters. The Mill on the Floss has also had an impact on feminist literature and theory. Eliot's portrayal of Maggie Tulliver as a strong and independent woman, struggling against the constraints of a patriarchal society, has made her a heroine of feminist literature. The novel's exploration of the limited options available to women in the 19th century has also influenced feminist thinkers such as Simone de Beauvoir and Betty Friedan. In conclusion, The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot is a masterpiece of realist literature that continues to captivate readers with its nuanced portrayal of human experience. Its exploration of themes such as identity, family, and social class remains relevant today, making it a work of enduring significance. As we reflect on The Mill on the Floss, we are reminded that true literature has the power to capture the essence of our shared humanity, to challenge our assumptions, and to broaden our perspectives. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.